Welcome to another episode of the Social Proof Podcast, where David and I interview entrepreneurs and we have incredible conversations around entrepreneurship. We're basically letting you see in real time what this journey looks like. My name is Donni.
My name is David.
We are your favorite business coaches, and today we've got a client sitting in here with us.
Let's go. Well, tell us about how the client got here.
Well, first of all, you guys, we know that you've noticed it. We know that you've noticed that we are talking to people together and that never really happens, right? But what happened was in December, we hosted our very first My First Million conference. And at that conference, we invited some people to work with us on a more intimate level. We invited some people who wanted to be on their journey to making their first $1 million to come into a mastermind setting with us. And there are a select group of those individuals who get to come on the Social Proof Podcast for exposure, for ideation, for mastermind, and we're about to have us a good time.
Man, we about to have a ball, man. I love talking to somebody that built something. And this isn't the entrepreneur that's trying to figure it out, but this is someone who has a sustainable business and a story. So welcome to the podcast, Brianna.
Well, thank you, guys. Thank you for the warm welcome.
How old are you?
How do I look?
20-something?
Okay, good. We're sticking with that.
How old are you?
They say I'm 36, but I feel like
Really?
age and time is just an illusion.
Girl, you're 36 years old.
Yeah.
You've been on this earth for 36 years.
I have.
Wow. And you know something. For 36 years, you know something.
I know a little something.
I'm thinking, you look 20-something.
I really thought you were 20. Listen, you're 36 years old. You're out here doing it. And what people may not know is that your journey was almost cut short.
Wow, that cut deep. Well,
Yeah.
That's real.
Your journey was like literally, we celebrated. So when people ask me how old I am, with excitement, with eagerness, 46.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I love it.
And I'm grown and I love it because I have been through some things that could have taken me out. So I celebrate every single year. Now, if you ask me how old do I look, then that answer is different.
Yeah.
But how old am I? 46. You are 36 years old and you have a journey that has already started out with so much challenge and obstacles. Girl, we better be glad about and grateful for all those years.
Yes, I am.
Don't ever be shy about it. Your age will never hold you back from anything.
You are right.
sure.
You're right.
Hey, how old do I look?
Oh, are we doing this?
Deja
Are
sent
we
me a
doing
text.
this?
Deja sent me a text message to tell you the grays are coming in strong and she loves it.
Really? Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, she says she loves it. I actually do too.
Thanks.
Well, I actually know how old you are because I was at your party.
But how old do I look?
Oh, okay, here we go.
The interesting thing is you still you have a youthful face underneath gray hair.
Yeah.
You look like you do. You have
How do you have a youthful face underneath the stuff on your face?
No. The hair is an attachment to your face. You can remove that, right? But you still have, like, you can see people's age through their eyes, through their teeth, through their skin, through the firmness.
I got skin now. I got some skin on me.
You got some good skin. I'd pay for your skin.
Aw,
For sure.
thanks.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. I've been trying to pay for your skin. It just hadn't worked out.
I'm interested because I think you know her story.
Yeah.
But I'm interested because you said something how you beat cancer,
Yes.
which is that really hits hard for me because my dad and my mom didn't. So when she said your journey was almost cut short, it kind of stung a little bit. So I'm interested in hearing the story.
Man, it kind of almost got me teary-eyed a little bit just thinking about it. And I feel like I'm ready to always talk about it, but then it's like when I have to talk about it, it gets very emotional. But about 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I went to the doctor December, 2023. They told me that it was just a cyst and they wanted to monitor it and for me to come back in 6 months. So I came back in 6 months and they tried to send me home and say it was just a cyst again. But I had to advocate for myself because I felt like that wasn't the case at all. So I requested to see another doctor there, and it went from 0 to 100 really quick. So they immediately sent me to another room, and they said, hey, we want to do a biopsy. We just want to, rule it out. And I'll never forget July 5th, because that was the longest holiday weekend of my life. They called me and they told me that I had breast cancer. So because I was scared during that weekend, I immediately went raw vegan, because I'm just like, okay, I got to mentally prepare myself for them. They're probably going to tell me the worst thing possible. And they did. And I went raw vegan. They immediately wanted me to go through chemo, but I didn't feel comfortable at the time. So I waited. And about 3 months later, I went to Mexico. And I did some holistic healing. They gave me low dose chemo out there. And I went out there because initially I was trying to preserve and save my hair. But also because I didn't feel comfortable with all of the stories that I heard about chemo and radiation. And I knew and I heard about people beating it from a holistic perspective. So unfortunately, I did lose my hair. They told me it was a 95% chance that I wouldn't. And then they wanted me to cut off my breast at that time in Mexico. But I'm like, surgery in Mexico? I don't know. I'm going home. Hold on. Let me pray on this. So I came home, and then I just decided to kind of test out Western medicine a little bit with, me going raw vegan and doing everything I was doing from a natural perspective. And then I went through the entire process. Had my breast removed, and last year in August they told me I was cancer free. So here I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
When you hear when you're going, what is your mindset as you're going through all of this?
It was a lot. Like I told Donni before, I didn't tell anybody. Like, I really kept it to myself because I didn't need worriers. I needed warriors. And a lot of people, they don't have success stories. And I had to get myself in a mental perspective to where it's like, okay, I need to be confident. I need all my faith to be in God. I need to understand that I'm healed. I had my ups and downs, but I was on definitely a journey of solitude where literally my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my boyfriend at the time, they were the only people that knew. And then I publicly came out on full transparency because God, I feel like he moved me and told me, hey, I saved your life. You had a life insurance policy that provided you with, financial stability and help during that time. So I need you to talk about this so that you can give other people a chance or get properly protected if they don't have this type of policy in case anything were to happen.
Man, I think there's maybe two type of people that go through that, and I'm trying to think of what type of person I would be, and I have an idea of what type of person I would be, and it's not, it doesn't make me happy. Like if you're going through it, one person says, I'm going to beat this. Every day I wake up, I'm going to beat this. Another type of person says, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but I feel like something's telling me in that situation, for me, I'm so like nonchalant with everything. I don't know if I have that determination because I'm of the mindset of things are going to happen the way that they happen.
Yeah.
You forced an outcome.
Yeah.
Which takes a different type of person. So like I can imagine you being afraid or scared or whatever, but like I just want you to try to do as best as you can to describe what your mindset was going through it.
Man, even to this day, like I feel like I'm about to cry and I'm trying to hold my composure. I still am scared because you never know about like reoccurrence and that fear creeps in, but I got to keep my faith strong. But just having that mustard seed of faith is everything. Having a strong support system is everything. Prayer, meditation, writing, and just, completely, I had to completely change my life. And I felt like that was God's way of waking me up to say, hey, Bree, you've asked for me to take you in these different places and, you know, to bring you abundance and happiness, but your actions are not aligning. I need you to stop hanging out with these type of people. I need you to stop drinking. I need you to stop doing all of these things because there is greatness in you and there is something that I need you to do. So I felt like he put me in a place where I had to drastically change and I had to be mentally strong so that I can speak about my experience and just also be humbled as well. I mean, I've always been humbled, but now it's like I don't take life for granted. And Donni, she said something very profound to me when I was on her podcast, and she told me that I need to go for everything with full force. And after that, I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to go for everything in full force, but let me write it down. Let me pray. Let me meditate on it. And God has opened up so many doors since January, since leaving your conference. He has afforded me the opportunity to speak on stages, radio, TV. Like, it's just kind of going out of control, but in a good way, because this is what God wanted me to do. To open my mouth to talk about it. So here I am, fighting back, even with fear and tears in my eyes. I'm talking about it.
Yeah, and a part of your story is the business that you're involved in, which is life insurance. Yes?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so tell us about your business.
Yeah, so I am a financial coach, and I help people. I educate people on how to properly protect the assets that they depend upon. So there's a lot of different insurance products out here on the market. I was a huge advocate in the beginning, just buy term with the living benefits, screaming to the mountaintops to all of my clients, like, you need have.
Real quick, can we back up to what term? Because if you throw it out there like, yo, buy term, what is term?
There's a lot of things you can do with $500. I mean, you can have a night out with your significant other. You could buy some really expensive shoes. Well, really nice shoes are about double $500. You could buy a course where you can learn something for $500. But I have something better for you to do with the $500. I want to meet with you every single morning for the rest of your life. Well, maybe not the rest of your life, but every morning, Monday through Friday, for the rest of the year. I have information and game that have allowed me to build a successful business, a successful community, and a successful life all the way around. But I want to share that with you. But the only way we can accomplish this is not me selling you a course, not me giving you a one-on-one consultation, because even with that, you'll get the information, but you'll need more. I want to meet with you every single morning. Now, would I meet with someone every morning for $500 for a year? And the answer is yes. Actually, we've been doing this thing since 2017. We have what's called the morning meetup. Every single month, we have a theme, whether it's social media, whether it's motivation, whether it's strategy, whatever it is, we have a theme for the month, and every morning in that month, we have a conversation around that topic. And I am giving a wealth of knowledge, not only myself, but a lot of friends, a lot of people that you see on this podcast, they join every single week. So you need a community of people that you can grow with, and you need a coach. I'm your coach. The Morning Meetup is your community. Go to themorningmeetup.com. It's $499, and I will meet you every single morning for an entire year. Give it a shot.
Okay, so term insurance is the cheapest form of insurance that you can purchase. It's about $2 per thousand. So it affords, your average American that is married, has children, a homeowner, have some debt, they can secure a huge policy and not pay a lot of money. So my first policy was $1 million policy at the age of 24, term, 20 years, paying $35 a month. And it had the living benefits, which covers a critical, chronic, or terminal illness. So that's heart attack, strokes, cancers, end-of-stage renal failure, major organ transplant, ALS, blindness due to diabetes or paralysis, or if a person needs help dressing, bathing, eating, toileting, or transferring, or if they have less than a year to live, they can receive up to 90% of their policy.
Dang, that's good to know this stuff.
Yeah, so that's what I was able to benefit.
Slow down, Bree, slow down.
Oh, I'm going too fast.
No. And here's the thing. I'm just mesmerized. Like, yo, she knows her stuff. She knows her stuff.
But I want to make sure the audience is picking
up
what you're putting down.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Slow me down. Slow me down. So
let her cook.
Go. Well, you're like, wait, which one do I have?
Yeah.
She said a bunch. I think I got one of them just to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it covers all of those bases. So I was able to receive a large lump sum from my policy, which afforded afforded me the opportunity to go to Mexico.
You had a term policy.
A term.
And because you fell into one of those chronic illness categories,
yes,
you were able to call the insurance company,
yes,
and say, I need money for medical treatment.
I do.
Without that insurance policy, were you in financial position to go to Mexico and try out different treatment plans?
I was in financial position, but I would have ran through my funds. I would have ran through it.
And that's a big deal because, like, even my mindset for so long was, I got the money to pay for it.
Yeah.
But why?
Why
would I exhaust everything that I have access to when there is insurance of like $35 a month at the least, right, for some people, to be able to say, here's a large check, go and save your life.
Yes.
So you call the insurance company.
Yes.
How long does it take to get access to this lump sum of money?
So for me, because what they want to do is they want to verify that what you're saying is true, because people can say all day long, oh, I was diagnosed with this. So they have a third party, and that third party reaches out to the to your doctor to get your medical records. So they review the records, and it took me a while, if I'm going to be honest, because they thought that I was getting care in the States when I was really in Mexico. So they're like, who is your doctor? Like, what's going on? We need to see, how do you plan on, attacking this? And I'm like, I'm going to Mexico. So you guys keep requesting and requesting. So it took me a couple of months to get those funds.
So you get the funds, and they give you a lump sum.
Correct.
And now you have options. Yeah.
Yes.
And real quick, does the lump sum, is it based on what they think the care is going to be, or you're submitting them invoices of what you're
No. So it's based on, they do, like, the actuaries do like an entire, calculations, and it's predicated off of how long they think you'll live, the severity and all of those things, and your age. So I don't know how they come up with the numbers, but they give you a lump sum based off of your diagnosis and life expectancy.
Got it.
Yeah.
Did you use all of that lump sum?
No.
You don't got to pay it back?
No. And it's tax free.
Yes. It's different, Dave, when you're asking about what her mental health basically was during that time, right? I think that people who don't have options financially to take care of themselves, and you're kind of stuck with whatever care they offer you, the stress of it, when you know that it's not complete, when you know that this isn't the best, the stress alone from that can kill you or make you a whole lot sicker. But not even just in during the illness, it's now you still having access to this money that you didn't earn it, but you were rightfully owed it because you purchased a policy, just like protecting your travel, right? Protecting your phone. Should something happen, we're going to make it brand new.
Yes.
And so you did that with your life. And now, after going through months and months and months of treatment, you're able to still have some relief and get back to life slowly and on your terms, because you still got money.
100%.
Absolutely.
So you started out saying I was pro-term, and it changed to what?
Yes. So I was pro-term because of the company I was with. They were just buy term, invest the difference. But
yeah, it worked for you.
Yeah, for sure. But what I've learned is that there are so many different amazing products out there, and term isn't necessarily for everybody. There are people out here who are self-insured and don't necessarily need term. They might want to use a whole life policy, an IUL, a universal, a variable universal life insurance policy. It just really depends on what your needs and goals are. So I wanted to be able to properly educate my clients on the different options and assess their needs and help them get different type of policies. If they wanted to get multiple policies and have them run in parallel to one another, just in case, they get a term and their term expires, they can still have their whole life policy. Because if they got the whole life policy 20 years ago, that price will never change and it'll stay the same. So you don't have to worry about the increase. So now I'm pro. Let me just educate you on everything. Let's see
get you what you need.
Get you what you need.
I'm listening to you, and I know you probably are the same. I'm listening to you and realizing how important it is to have these conversations with people who are knowledgeable. There's so many people who get licensed to sell insurance, right? And they specialize in one product. Like there are certain companies that you'll literally go door to door and knocking on these doors, and they'll only sell you this very specific policy, and they can close the deal because they're so knowledgeable about that policy only, right?
Yeah.
But then there are people like you, Bree, who you're knowledgeable about the industry and you're knowledgeable about all kinds of policies. So yes, while you heard about that and that's good, let me tell you why that's great for you or why this is a better solution for you.
Absolutely.
This is like going into the doctor's office with heart problems and seeing a generalist. You want to go in to see a cardiologist, right? And you sound like the cardiologist of the insurance industry right now.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I was like, I think I need you to talk to my wife, because my wife be all insurance stuff, and she's been in the space for a while.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I don't know if y'all need to have a conversation and figure out how we gonna be right. But
Absolutely.
You sound so passionate about this business. Probably because it saved your life.
Absolutely.
And put you in another, put you in a situation where you could actually be here to build it.
Absolutely.
What do you think now your biggest challenge is in business growing your business?
The load, the impact, and the influx in clients, and me just basically doing it on my own, you know? And I feel like when people call me now and schedule an appointment, they're like, is this Brianna for real? Like, I didn't think I was going to talk to you. I thought I was going to get like somebody else. And no, it's me, because I want to properly educate my clients. I'm really passionate, down to earth. And it's like, I want you to get the best.
So you don't have a team of people though?
Not at the moment.
Is that next level? First, is the next level having your own agency, or do you already have your own agency? It's just not big. How does that work?
So I had a huge agency before, but that's another story. And
you had the agency, or you were part of a group?
I was part of a group and had a huge team.
Yeah.
So now it's just me. I have a couple of agents on my team, but they're not, doing a whole lot, because of course with insurance you can work as much as you want, as little as you want, and I let people have free will, because I was the same when I first got into the industry. I played with it. I was running away for 2 years, like I'll come back and leave. So
that's a you issue,
yeah,
not a them issue. So when are we going to take it to the next level?
I've been praying on it, and I think God wants me to rebuild this year, so I'm gearing up for it.
Why did you ever think that you weren't supposed to rebuild?
The fear of, if people fail, I didn't want to feel responsible for them failing.
How can someone fail?
It'll be on them, but I will still feel responsible, because
Why?
I don't know. It's just because if people don't get the same results that you get, and they see you living a certain lifestyle, and they might blame you.
Why wouldn't they get the results that you get?
Well, because in this industry, in order to be successful, you have to have a bubbly personality, outgoing, and you have to actually care about people. So they might not be successful.
You have to have a bubbly personality?
You don't have to, but it definitely helps to be successful.
Here is you're coming up with a whole bunch of excuses.
I know,
you
probably.
can't be that one. Like, I want to drive down the road and see the billboards. Like, you got a whole agency that come in.
I'm thinking about the gentleman who sold me my first life insurance, and he was the most unbubbly person.
Really?
Very, very educated. All he needed to sell me was education. He needed to convince me that he understood policies. He needed to provide me options, because all of my experience prior to that was somebody trying to push a very specific product, and I knew that wasn't right?
Yeah.
I needed to understand options. So when you're thinking about building a team, right, if this is really like kind of contractor work and you can kind of come and go as you please, you're not going to be able to control everybody's results, but you can control their training. You can control their training and their development. Yeah. And it's not that you have to be bubbly. It's that you have to be engaging, believable, and knowledgeable.
And I definitely said the wrong word. The word I was looking for is optimistic. You have to be really, really optimistic and understand.
Then that still sounds like a you thing. That's because
100%.
Yeah, that still sounds like a you thing, because if you're finding that the people that you're bringing on may not, if your fear, basically what you're saying is, I fear that these people won't get my result because you've got to be optimistic and knowledgeable. That means that you're saying I don't hire people who are optimistic or knowledgeable.
Or I don't have the ability to create optimism in my people,
Yeah.
which is a strong problem.
Yeah,
If you really care about people,
I do.
do you?
I do. I think I'm just scarred from the experience that I had with building a huge team and just.
Wasn't that network marketing?
Yeah, you didn't have a huge
different.
team. You didn't have a huge team.
It was.
The
You had a
company.
bunch of coworkers.
Yeah.
They were.
You had a whole
Ooh,
bunch
And
of
that's
coworkers
a
that came in
different-
after you.
That's very different. Operating in the MLM space and building out like your own agency, they're two very different mindsets. You know that I have a background in network marketing, as does Dave, and I built large teams in that industry. But the way that I built that team is very, very different from what it takes to run my business. It's a totally different dynamic. I use bits and pieces of that experience and what I learned, the best of it, and I use it in my framework for how I coach clients, like how we got people ramped up, how we built from event to event. Like you will hear me teach that same thing to my clients and to my mentees, but how I run my business is very different. The truth is, you don't know how that business was run. You know how to run your team or not,
Yeah.
but corporate ran that business. They gave you a framework for how they expected you to perform. But you never ran that business.
You're right. You are 100% right. You're 100% right.
Your upline ran your business. Their upline ran their business.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the point is, I want you to not be worried, because I don't even think you know what you're worried about. Like, you find somebody who is interested in the industry, they join your team, you just become their big sister and you teach them the ropes, and you train them and inspire them. It's your not your job, but your responsibility to create an environment where optimism is here.
Yeah.
Like, so I was at Grant Cardone's office one day, and every day at a certain time, it's this like rah-rah session where everybody's excited and they're all yelling. Well, are they just all yellers? Or did somebody create an environment where, at 10 o'clock, we all yell. This is the chant. Everybody shout out your wins from yesterday.
Yeah.
And there's somebody in there that ain't got no wins from yesterday, and they're looking at all these people shouting out their wins. And when this meeting is over, they're getting on a call because I need to get me some wins. I can't wait to start yelling like everybody else yesterday and actually mean it.
You're right.
It was a person who created an environment where this stuff happens.
Yeah.
And I think you're smart enough, you're brilliant enough,
And bubbly enough.
passionate, and bubbly enough for everybody, right?
You're bubbly enough for the whole team.
For sure.
Thank you.
So I think the only thing we got to fix is how you see yourself.
Yeah.
I think you have a certain level of confidence, but you don't have that. I don't think you see yourself walking into an office where all of them is making hundreds of thousands, where somebody's calling in and they're not even expecting to talk to Brianna.
Yeah.
But I don't think you see that yet. And once you see it.
When you were going through your cancer journey, was there a moment or ever a time frame where you saw yourself healed?
Yes.
You saw that, right?
Yes,
Very
saw it.
clearly.
Very
you
clear.
knew with everything in you that you visualized it. You could feel that day
Yes.
coming. You knew what it would feel like to ring that bell if that's what you did.
Yes.
Have you ever visualized walking into your headquarters and you've got a sales team and it's noisy on that floor? People are closing deals. They're ringing the bell. They're making the noise. Have you visualized yourself cutting $100,000 checks or sending $100,000 tax statements to people? Have you visualized that?
No, I haven't visualized me actually cutting the checks. So I can work on that for sure. But that was through an MLM. I'm like, I had the big office, the big team, all of those things. But I feel like after a couple of hiccups with that, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to be an independent agent, have my own company, use the money that I make from insurance and become an investor so that my money can make money for me.
Okay, hold on. Real quick. If that's the goal, go for it.
Yes. That is,
Okay,
at
if the
this
goal
point, that's
isn't-
the goal. It's not to build a huge team. It's to have my money work for me because I've been running and working since I was about 13, 14 years old.
I got you. Now it's just going off of, I think you said something like, it's too much pressure on me and I need to build a team. If the solution is to build a team, let's build a team. Or I guess I'm interested in seeing who you see yourself as, what that life looks like.
Yeah, I'm confused there too.
I'm sorry.
Because if being an investor and making the money work for you is the goal, then the answer here for your personal financial goals is just to make more investment.
Yes.
Ramp up, scale up investments.
Yes.
But if we're talking about scaling up this business model, then that's a different conversation. And I want to make sure you're clear as to what the real goal actually is.
Yes. So as of now, I want to help agents get into the industry. So if I can coach some people that want to get into the industry, learn how to make multiple six figures, absolutely, I'll take them on. But I'm also focused on investments as well. So it's not creating this huge conglomerate team of people and me walking into this office. That's not where my vision is, but I would like to help agents that want to, transition from where they are to where they want to be in this industry. If that's something that they want, I will pay it forward. How many agents? 10.
You want to help 10 agents?
Yeah.
This year.
And when you help those
Yes.
10, then what? What do you do?
Help them with their goals. If their goal is to help 10, I'll show them how I helped them, and they can duplicate themselves. So.
And so, okay, you want to help 10 people, and then just total, or is it this year, or what? What is this?
This year.
So you want to be a coach for 10 people.
Correct.
But no coaching next year.
I'll coach next year.
So
10 people.
10.
So the idea is to be a coach for like 10 people a year?
Yes. At this point.
How much money do you want to earn from that? For this to be worthwhile for you, what do you need to earn?
I would say, I haven't really, if I'm going to be honest, I haven't thought about that. That's something I would have to think about for sure. Because it is a lot of time. That was another reason I'm like, I don't know if I really want to build a huge, because it's a lot of time that you have to put into people. And then if they decide, okay, this doesn't work, then they up and leave and just, it's like, dang, we just spend a lot of time. So I would have to think about that.
Pour into, and once they're out running, they're just running.
Yeah.
Your first scenario is, all right, I help 10 people, and then I help 10 more people, and then I got these people that are looking for me to help them, and whatever they paid me up front, that's what I get.
Yeah.
I don't see how that's drastically different than somebody just coming onto your team and you training them to do what you do, and the back end is a lot more money and less time into it, because now you have a flow of leads that you give to the people that you train personally.
And then the mindset has to shift.
Yeah.
It can't be focused on, well, I put all this time into these people and then they can just up and leave. The mindset has to be, instead, out of every 10 people that I pour into, I'm looking for 2 superstars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And
Running
then
the
I
numbers.
offload those 8, bring 8 more up. Now I've got another 10, and I'm looking for 2 more superstars and 2 more. We can't be concerned with the 80% that's going to go anyway. People are going to go.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
We got to be focused on that 20% that we know is going to be worth every hour and every dollar you spend in that particular training class.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think the only thing you need to focus on right now is getting a clear picture of who you want to become, because I don't think that's clear yet. And really mapping out, what are we running towards in 2025? I mean, obviously you're getting more clients, and
Yes.
I'm sure there's some people right now that was like, if I'm gonna buy insurance from anybody, it's gonna be you.
Yeah.
First off, let everybody know how they can contact you and get some of your service, or at least get a consultation.
Absolutely. Brianna Kayla J on all social media platforms. So BriannaKayla J, or you can go to legendlife.com. That's LGNDLIFE.com.
Love it. Yeah, so I think you're doing all the right things. Just you're
For sure.
at maybe a time in your life where there's maybe a little confusion of who I want to become, and through this program, I think we'll help map that out, because we just got to spend time figuring out, okay, what do I really, really want? Some days I feel this way, some days I feel that way. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I'm saying for clarity, that's a great position to be in.
100%.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's better to be confused about who you want to become than to not want to become anybody. It's 2 totally different things, 2 totally different seasons. Some people go through a season in their life where they have no ambition or desire to be or do anything. You are in a position where you are profitable. You are, in a position where you're making money, you're creating impact, and you have options. I can show up as this person in the next 5 years or as this person in the next 5 years.
Absolutely.
But I'd love to see you have a super clear picture, like David says, as to who that is. Do I want to run an agency?
Yeah.
I mean, and if I don't, then why am I out doing the grassroots work right now, attracting new clients? That's not it. If I don't want to run an agency, then do I need to be showing up more as an investor, educator, right? And so let's spend some time. Let's spend a couple of days, a week or so, just coming to a conclusion. Doesn't mean that it's the conclusion, right? Doing some due diligence, asking yourself, what makes me happiest about showing up this way? What makes me least happiest about showing up this way? When I see my future, I know that I want to impact people, but how? Am I more connected to making sure people are covered? Or am I more connected to training the people that do the covering? Right?
Yeah.
Really go through that line of question asking and be clear so that we can focus on one goal together, right? You've got insurance nailed.
For sure.
I mean, it's believable, it's engaging, I'm connected, I want to hear about all the policies and I don't need them all, you know what I mean? So you've got that covered. In fact, if you guys are looking for life insurance, definitely hit up Brianna.
Oh yeah, do it again, because some people in the chat was like, it was too fast.
Yeah.
Let us know your Instagram and your website again.
Yes, Brianna Kayla J, BriannaKayla J. And
whoa. Slow it down real quick, because there's some people that are like trying to type it in. Go ahead. BriannaKayla J. Or here is my website, lgndlife.com. So that's lgndlife.com. So yes, they got it.
Thank you.
Man, I'm really excited to be working with you and to be on your journey somehow. You know what I mean? I like the fact that we get a chance, because this train is moving.
It's
right?
moving.
With or without anybody. And we are honored to be on this journey, to see where we're at right now, and to see what, our information or advice or, our relationship can build and, take you to that whole nother level. So
absolutely,
you got a story that just won't quit. You have the proven receipts that you built something special this next season of your life.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. It's so bright.
Thank you.
The biggest win for you in this whole experience will be clarity.
Yeah.
Right. So many people are looking for the step-by-step how-tos. For you, it's getting clarity, because once you get that clarity on who Brianna is and who you desire to be, then all the how-tos and the step-by-steps just kind of fall into place. So I'm excited for you in this season. You are incredible.
Thank
I mean,
you.
I really hope you know that you are absolutely incredible. And I told you that when you interviewed on Full Transparency. I'm connected to your story, but more importantly, I'm connected to your heart. That means a lot. So just I don't think there is a wrong choice for you. I think you'll thrive either way.
Thank you.
Let's just get clear on what we're working on.
I think also, I know I'm really clear on how many more millions I want to protect within the next year. So it's definitely 100 million, because I have about 100 million plus that I've properly protected within the community. So going after another 100 million and getting to that $1 billion mark, that's definitely clear for me. I just have to figure out if I really want to, like you said, build a huge team. I don't know. It's just the impact.
Well, if you don't build the team, it's you writing all these policies.
Yeah.
Either way.
Unless I get an assistant and a team of people that can help, and I can
I'm sorry, you said unless I get a team of people who can. Either way, you're building a team, girl.
Yeah, you're right.
You will not write another $100 million worth of policies by yourself. That part we know. Yeah. Not comfortably, anyway.
Yeah, I would
don't be intimidated. I think you see this picture of, oh my gosh, I gotta get this big office and these millions of people and all that kind of stuff. No. What it looks like right now is I have overflow.
Yes.
I need an assistant that can help me.
Yeah.
And then eventually you'll get overflow with the assistant and yourself. Then you're like, what if I just had one more person?
Yeah.
And you train out that one person, and it's you and that person rocking for a while, and then they start running, and then you get lonely, like, oh, my little sister that I trained,
Yeah.
just
Let me
killing
find
it.
another
one.
And I'm pulling another one. And okay,
Yeah.
now we got a team of 2. Or you start using the same system and framework for
Absolutely.
that second person that's used with the first person, and you start getting the results faster.
Mm-hmm.
So don't think of it, there's 100 people in an office. No, let me just handle what I have right now, expand it,
One by one.
one by one.
One
Eventually
by
you'll
one.
look up, it's like, where do we get 30 people from?
How did we get 30 people? I didn't even expect this.
Yeah. And I don't think I've been thinking about office neither, because I love to travel and just work virtually. So that has been, a game changer for me with just being in this industry. So that's another thing. It's like,
Scarlett was losing her team.
I lost my
And
team.
everybody
They all
going to another
quit.
company.
Their auto ship failed. The company shut down.
yeah.
They all went to IML. What's happening?
I was just Diamond. I'm Ruby. That check unchecks real quick in
gosh.
MLM.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show.
It does.
Thank you so much.
No,
man.
thank you for having me.
You are a superstar, man, and we about to do with her.
Yeah.
For
You
sure.
guys be sure to check out Brianna Kayla J on Instagram. Wherever you're watching this video, she will absolutely be tagged. So again, don't just go over being inspired and curious. Get a quote for life insurance from her. You heard that she knows her stuff. You heard how she actually leveraged a policy in real time. You might not have a need for it today, but 100% of us, what I can guarantee is 100% of us at some point will eventually have a need to access our life insurance. It will either be in our life or at our death. So get a quote. And also, if you are interested in working with David and I on your journey to your first 7 figures, this program that we're speaking of right now with the entrepreneurs that you've seen over the last couple of weeks is our My First Million Accelerator. It is for the entrepreneur that is already generating 6 figures. This is not the place for the brand new entrepreneur, okay? Because we have to have something, a concept that's already working that we can help you scale up, all right? Comment million wherever you see this video, or if you're on YouTube, click the link that you see. Now, if you are a beginner entrepreneur, David and I still have outstanding programs to help you as well through our mentorship communities, themorningmeetup.com with David Shands and actionableceo.com with Donni Wiggins. Don't choose one, join them both. We'll see you next week.
First off, congratulations on watching this whole episode. If you like this episode you just watched, check out this one right here. I handcrafted this one for you because you like the one you just watched. Check it out.